That's the horizon. That's where they want to go next. Now, we can keep on pumping oil into our cars, into our trucks, and throwing gasoline and diesel, or we can start making changes.
Mr. Councilman, I only have 2 more people to get to.
And
I'm pushing my luck.
United States, many corporations already know what we're going to. And they're going to go to electrification of our transportation system. And it's not just these electric cars and Chevrolet Bolt or something. We're going to have to go there. We're going to have to get there fast. I intend to help make that happen. Thank you.
Mr. Ed Pichetta, and he'll be followed by Esther McElfish.
Edward Pichetta, Arlington, Texas. First thing, I understand that the recent release of Fort Worth air quality test results was due in part to a whistleblower from the TCEQ staff. If one of you people is that whistleblower, I applaud you. To matters of the evening, I am perplexed by the need for a do-over air quality plan for this area, but I understand that it's necessary. That being the case, I would like to see the ozone limit in that plan set aggressively. The track record is for results to lag behind the plans that were set years prior. So with that in mind, why not set the ozone level down at 60 parts per billion so that the realistic achievement years down the road comes in at about 70, which is probably what you can count on. And that's probably going to be what more along the lines of what the new plan is going to require anyway, from what I understand. So why not get a head start on it? I'd like to see volatile organic compounds regulated under this plan, and particularly as they relate to gas drilling, not just benzene. I would like to see if this plan, if it's possible to incorporate this plan, to require green completion specifically as defined by the EPA and not the generic industry meaning of the phrase green completion. I'd like to see that included in this DFW air quality plan. And one thing that has not been said tonight, which may upset some people here, I don't know, is what Jim Scherbeck said earlier tonight, ditto. I agree wholeheartedly with everything he said, but additionally, I see no reason to let vehicles off any easier in the future. I would like to see vehicles, particularly the trucks that are not subject to the EPA mileage requirements. I would like to see y'all do what you can to clamp down on the trucks and the SUVs that are wasting gas left and right and are sending our soldiers to die in Iraq for no good reason. And so I would like to see something along the lines of an air quality board like Southern California has, if that can be accomplished in this plan. Go for it, please. I think I'll end.
Okay.
Good evening. My name is Esther McElfish, and I'm the president of the North Central Texas Communities Alliance. We're an organization throughout the Barnett Shale of individuals, communities, and organizations that are committed to working on positive solutions on a local, state, and federal level regarding the problems related to the gas drilling industry. I'm sure you've heard an earful tonight. I forgot an important photograph. Oh, first of all, I want to say thanks to Jim Scherbeck. I think we owe him a big thank you for organizations that help get the word out about this hearing tonight. And that's one thing I would like to suggest that the TCEQ could certainly do a better job of communicating to the citizens and the community to let us know when there are public hearings. Thank you. Do say that. Public hearings, and do a better job of getting the information out in a big way in advance so that people have plenty of time to get the word out through organizations. I forgot an important photograph tonight. My daughter is a student very close to where you all are down in Austin. She goes to Texas State University down in San Marcos. She's 23 years old now. But when she was 8 years old, I took her, albeit kicking and screaming, to hearings over in Midlothian at the high school there, regarding the cement kiln plants. Here we are, 15 years later, and we still are hearing the same story. And it's deja vu, because I remember hearing the cement kiln owners saying, whining about they couldn't afford to put the controls on. They couldn't afford to put the scrubbers on. That was going to put them out of business. Well, it didn't. And nor will it put the gas drillers out of business or any of the others to do what it takes, because it is the cost of doing business. And it's important that you, as the agency that we pay, you relay this message to the commissioners, that it is critical that they do the job we, the taxpayers, are paying for. It's government of the people, not of the industry. And we expect that the TCEQ will do the job that it's being paid to do. Today we had a victory in Fort Worth. And I want to share this good news with everybody because it's pertinent to what we're talking about tonight. Jim Ashford, who had to leave here earlier, is one of our courageous citizens, and he filed an ethics complaint against the city and against the city and against 3 representatives of the gas drilling industry who were appointed by the city to serve on, ironically, the Air Quality Study Committee. And he won today when the ethics committee said it was a direct violation. And that is what we're talking about when you look to the industry to govern itself. I'm a businesswoman. I like to conduct my business in a responsible, ethical manner so that I don't have the government breathing down my neck. But when industry is not self-responsible, as we've heard from George Bush and Governor Perry, that they can govern themselves, well, we've seen where that's gotten us. And when they're not responsible, that's when we rely on you to do the job that we pay you to do, because we as individuals cannot do that. It is the TCEQ's job to do that. And we've heard horror stories. You have heard Tim Ruggiero and his family, whether it's urban or rural, it's serious. People's lives are at risk here. This is not about numbers. This is not about some mindless, mind-numbing study. This is about real lives and people and how it's affecting us and our children. Earlier this year, we trusted the TCEQ to do air quality studies in the area. And our NCTCA had to call TCEQ on the carpet because there was a disclaimer at the bottom of each page, which basically said that TCEQ did not adhere to the national laboratory standards. What a joke. And as we said in our press release, you could have gotten a better study from a high school science fair. Then the TCEQ came out and lied, my goodness, and actually falsified data to Fort Worth. That is totally unacceptable. We don't want any more disclaimers. We want true data. We want more boots on the ground and do whatever it takes to make sure you get the people there and to do the job. The last thing I'm going to say is this is not a threat but a promise, but I'm asking everyone here tonight to stand who is willing to go to Austin in the upcoming 2011 session to demand that our legislators, while they're considering sunset review, to have the EPA step in and do the job if the TCEQ won't. Thank you.
Please remember that you have until July 30th to submit additional comments on the Arizona SIP plan, and the addresses and fax numbers are on the agenda sheet that you picked up when you came in. Thank you.
Give yourselves a hand. Yeah.